Intense music FADESN. Woman's narration over footage of a dark wooded road. Narrator, asterisk, what would you do if you stumbled upon an abandoned, crying child in the middle of the wilderness? That's exactly what one unsuspecting bear encountered on a quiet afternoon, and trust me, what happened next will challenge everything you thought you knew about instinct, empathy, and the wild. Cut to slow motion footage of a massive bear roaming the WOODS. Narrator, asterisk, meet Brutus, a brown bear renowned for his sheer size and formidable presence in the dense forest of the Pacific Northwest. His life was filled with routine, foraging for berries, fishing in the nearby river, and watching the world from a distance, all members of the ecosystem, just going about their days. But that tranquil existence was about to be tested. Insert dramatic music. Cut to close-up of a road sign with danger. Wildlife crossing. Narrator, asterisk, it was late afternoon when Brutus lumbered down a road less traveled, a path where few humans dare to tread. Off in the distance he heard it, a faint and heart-wrenching sound. Not the guttural sounds of prey, not the rustling of leaves, but a soft whimper that pierced through the rustling branches, an anomaly in his tightly woven world. Camera pans as BRUTUS approaches a small boy sitting by the side of the road, SMUDGED in dirt, tears streaming down his face. Narrator. And there he was, a small boy, alone, vulnerable, his face streaked with mud, his bright eyes swimming in fear and uncertainty. From a distance, it was a puzzling curiosity. A bear, instinctive and fully aware of the rules of the wild, had to make a choice: overpower or protect. But as Brutus approached, something else took over, a sensation he had never felt before: empathy. Footage of the bear slowly closing in, the boy wiping his tears. Narrator, asterisk, in those crucial moments in the heart of the wilderness, Brutus had a revelation. Humans, often instilled with fear about wild animals, seldom realize the depth of emotional intelligence that exists in these magnificent creatures. They're not just instinctual beasts, they wrestle with the same primal feelings we do. Cut to BRUTUS closer to the boy, sniffing his direction. The boy's crying slowly fade out. Narrator, asterisk, Brutus, assessing the situation, took an unexpected step back. With cautious movements, he sat down, dramatically lowering his muscular form close to the ground. Maybe it was a display of calm, maybe it was a request for understanding. The boy, still trembling, felt the weight of the moment. Fade to footage of the boy's hand slowly reaching out. Narrator, asterisk, what transpired next shocked everyone who would later recount the tale. Here was a moment that appeared to bridge the gap of fear and mistrust between species, a testament to the unalloyed complexity of nature. The boy, initially frightened by the towering figure before him, reached out his small hand, trembling but brave, a gesture of connection. Cut to a close-up of the boy and the bear, closer than before. Narrator, asterisk, this was more than just an encounter. It was a dance of instincts and emotions. Brutus, the powerful bear known for his domination of the wilderness, found himself fascinated by the resilience of the spirit in this tiny human. It became an inexplicable dialogue, one not of sound, but of intention, trust, and sheer bravery in the face of what could easily have been a predator-prey scenario. Music BUILDS as the scene FADES to black. Narrator, asterisk, what would you do if faced with such a moment? Would you run away, paralyzed by fear? Or would you reach out, defying the odds, hoping for understanding in the chaos of survival? As this encounter unfolded, Brutus and the boy became unwilling yet inseparable allies, caught in an extraordinary tapestry of fate that would shift the course of both their lives, and forever alter our perception of nature's most misunderstood creatures. Cut to a dark, mysterious forest with fading light. Narrator, asterisk, what if the wild has a secret that could rewrite everything we know about empathy? Picture this: a bear, a creature deemed a fierce predator, encountering something utterly unexpected, a crying boy abandoned on a lonely road. What happens next turns nature's script on its head. Narrator, asterisk, meet Brutus, a colossal brown bear known for his powerful presence and unmatched instinctual prowess. The West Coast wilderness was his kingdom, ruled by the primal laws of survival. But even in this unforgiving domain, his life had a rhythm, a dance of foraging, hunting, and sleeping. Until one fateful afternoon, when that rhythm would shatter like glass. Narrator, asterisk, it was a warm day, the sun filtering through the thick canopy above, dappling the forest floor with light. Lured by the scent of ripe apples, Brutus wandered closer to an old, seldom-used road, a place where the human world still dared to approach. But instead of apples, he caught a sound, a wretched, heart-wrenching cry that echoed through the trees. Narrator, a child's cry. Alone in the wilderness, it was a sound so out of place that it sent chills through the air. What would provoke such despair? Instinctively, Brutus braced himself, embodying the duality of predator and protector. As he cautiously approached, an overwhelming sense of alertness coursed through him, a voice in his primal brain whispering to assess and evaluate. Narrator, and there he was, a small boy no more than 6, dirt-streaked and alone, his tiny body trembling with fear and confusion. Abandoned or lost, it didn't matter. The sight invoked the most powerful instinct of all, compassion. In that pivotal moment, primal fear collided with an unexpected bond, challenging everything we think we know about the animal kingdom. Narrator, asterisk, Brutus, the legendary bear, drew nearer, not out of aggression but curiosity. What compelled a creature revered for its strength to approach an infant human whose life hung by a thread in this chaotic world? Alarm bells rang. This was a gamble, yet still, he moved forward, a delicate dance of courage and instinct taking shape. Narrator, asterisk, the boy, initially frozen in fear, sensed a shift in the energy. Perhaps it was the soul of the wild that transformed the atmosphere. Brutus sat down, his massive form lowering to meet the child's eyes. In that moment, two worlds collided, the untamed wilderness and the innocence of childhood. Narrator, asterisk, what followed shocked everyone. Here was an encounter unmarked by terror, but steeped instead in the complexities of emotional connection. The boy, trembling but defiant, extended his tiny hand, embodying a sense of trust that spoke louder than words. What could have been a moment of terror transformed into an unexpected bridge of understanding. Narrator, asterisk, this extraordinary scene forces us to reconsider our perceptions. Can a creature steeped in ancient survival instincts find solace in the purity of human vulnerability? In the depths of the wilderness, a boy and a bear stood on a precipice between fear and connection. And in that heartbeat, the barriers of instinct, culture, and fear began to dissolve. The question remains, what happens next? What unfolds in our understanding of ourselves and the natural world? Intense, mysterious music plays over a dark screen, then fades to a shot of a dense forest. Narrator, asterisk, what if everything you believed about nature's fiercest creatures was about to be turned upside down? In the heart of the wilderness, a bear, known for its brutal instincts, encounters something inexplicably profound. A crying boy abandoned on the side of the road. What happens next? Buckle up, it may just change your perception of empathy in the wild. Narrator, asterisk, this is Brutus, a colossal brown bear reigning over his domain with raw power and untamed grace. The forest was his kingdom, a world governed by instinct, survival, and the primal dance of predator and prey. Yet as the seasons changed, so too would Brutus's story, an extraordinary intersection of strengths, vulnerabilities, and unexpected connections. Narrator, asterisk, one late afternoon, lured by the sweet scent of wild apples, Brutus ventured closer to an abandoned road, a place where few dared to wander. But it wasn't the fruit that caught his attention. It was a sound, a chilling cry that reverberated through the trees, an echo of fear slicing through the very fabric of his instinctual world. Narrator, asterisk, what could provoke such despair? Brutus, despite his size and power, paused, caught in a rare moment of vulnerability. He stood between the pull of his instincts and a whisper of curiosity that beckoned him forward. More than an animal, he was a creature capable of deep perception, bound by the undeniable laws of nature, yet drawn toward the extraordinary. Narrator, and there it was, a small boy, no more than 6 years old, dirt-streaked and quaking, alone and lost, abandoned, forgotten. The story remained unwritten in that unsettling moment. The juxtaposition of a bear and a child raised an unthinkable question. Could instinct give way to compassion? Narrator, Brutus cautiously advanced, his massive body looming yet strangely gentle. The boy, sensing the impending presence, looked up, his heart pounding in his chest. Here stood the embodiment of fear, a predator, yet in this instance, a participant in something much more complex. Could primal instincts morph into something tender? Narrator, in an astonishing act of what can only be called intuition, Brutus sat down, his colossal frame settling into the earth, bringing him closer to the boy's eye level. It was a silent invitation, a moment laden with unspoken communication, the bear choosing to encounter fear with vulnerability. Narrator, the boy, sensing the shift in energy, took a quintessential leap into the unknown. With his small hand trembling yet unwavering, he reached out towards the bear. In that moment of connection, the lines separating predator from prey blurred, revealing a powerful truth. Vulnerability can create understanding, even in the wild. Narrator, what comes next in this remarkable tale not only leaves us breathless, but compels us to rethink our understanding of empathy in nature. When instinct meets innocence, what surprises await? The answers lie just beyond this turning point, where profound lessons about compassion await to unfold.